So we just got tagged on Twitter by Austin Literal at A Literal. Said, welcome to Cinephobe on this variety post. And it's about Helen Mirren. And this is the quote. She was interviewed by the Evening Standard's Brave New World and said, quote, I always say it's so sad that Kurt Cobain died when he did because he never saw GPS. GPS is the most wonderful thing to watch my little blue spot walking down the street. I just find it completely magical and unbelievable.
I'm with her.
In the vein of Michael Clark Duncan never saw COVID, we now have Kurt Cobain never had GPS. But
I mean, like, look, that you think about that. I mean, I guess it wasn't crazy. Like, we did have movies with that kind of technology hinted at, you know, spy movies and stuff. But like that would have blown his mind.
Like the Pest had GPS. Yeah, the Pest had it. That was close to Kurt Cobain. But what if I told you that that's not the only time Helen Mirren has brought up Kurt Cobain? She's a repeat offender.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's not the only time she's been horny for GPS.
She might love GPS. That's not what we have more evidence of.
Zach, that's no way to talk to a dame.
Just cut it out, that's all. That's no way to talk to a dame.
She's an actual dame, right?
2014, yes, she is. Dame Helen Mirren told Oprah, quote, look at Kurt Cobain. He hardly even saw a computer. The digital stuff that's going on.
I bet he never used a computer. So, yeah, she's right.
Go on. No, Helen Mirren, no, she's going out on a limb.
What are you talking about?
Computer's been around since the 80s.
But this is like a grunge dude, like, oh, I'm so fucking
they had a computer lab at his school.
And all this. No, he didn't use that shit. No
they
way.
Had a computer lab at his school.
No way. Not a chance.
Digital stuff that's going on is so exciting. I'm just so curious about what happens next.
Yeah.
And then a year later, she told Cosmopolitan, I was thinking about Kurt Cobain the other day, and he died without knowing the internet. And I'm totally blown away by that.
That's it. Again, she's kind of all right, Dame.
If he's not using a computer, he doesn't know the internet. She's so right. That would have blown his mind.
It's escalating though, because then in 2016, she told the Daily Mail, if I died at 27, the age that Kurt Cobain died in 1994, I'd never have known there was an internet. Incredible things are happening all the time, and I can't wait to see what comes next.
Dame Helen Mirren fucking loves technology, loves the internet, loves computers.
Loves Kurt Cobain.
Loves Kurt Cobain. Top of mind all the time. I don't know why we're pushing back on this.
No one's pushing back. I think it's remarkable.
I'm pushing back on some of the things that she's claiming that Kurt Cobain just had no idea existed.
I think he knew. So he's regular to us now.
He's from Seattle.
A grunge dude. Like, dude, he didn't even bathe. He's not using a computer.
Oh, the guy don't even want to live. Fake.
You did a real. You did a real Chaz from Wedding Crashers. Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm dead. What an idiot. That's what you did there. I'm with her. I don't think that's a weird thing to think about in terms of context.
It's hilarious that she's brought it up in 4 different interviews. What if she's a
massive Nirvana fan?
Maybe.
I hope she is. Imagine she wasn't.
What if she's in a feud with Courtney Love?
Oh, man, rubbing it in.
Yeah.
What would they be feuding about?
Maybe she was up for the part in The People versus Larry Flint.
Mm-hmm. And they said, no, we'll go with this person who hasn't acted before. We'll do that.
Yeah. Well, she was younger, you know? Maybe it's an ageist thing.
Hate Hollywood for that.
All in on Dame Helen Mirren, by the way.
Yeah?
I love her.
Chinatown?
Oh, my God. The president.
This idea is just straight up bad. That algorithm is busted. It's among the worst ideas I've ever heard. Top 5 easily.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to Cinephobe Top 5. This is the companion podcast to Cinephobe. Top 10? Yeah, top 10 podcast in the country when it comes to TV and film review. If you have never listened to Cinephobe, I'm going to do the thing that's probably against our best wishes and say, don't listen to Cinephobe Top 5. You got to listen to Cinephobe in order to have any sort of point of reference for Cinephobe Top 5. Trust me on this one. You won't regret it.
I'm going to know but you. Do listen to Cinephobe Top 5 so then you can figure out which Cinephobe episodes to go back and listen to.
Check out, yeah.
Sure.
Can I let me just interject here for a second. Rotten Tomatoes. We use you as we recognize that your system is fucked. A lot of complaints about the Rotten Tomatoes system. We use it as just like an easy thing because sometimes you need the most basic fucking rudimentary system that any jackass baboon could put together in order to just set a bar of what we will and won't review.
Donkey baboon.
And
Rotten Tomatoes, kindly or unkindly, I actually don't care about that part. Go fuck yourself forever. We're waging a war on Rotten Tomatoes.
are we?
Aren't we?
Welcome to Cinephobe. What did we talk? Did something happen?
I believe we were denied.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to start putting it out there. Go fuck yourself.
Well, okay. We weren't denied, but
We weren't accepted.
We didn't deny
They put this thing that they're not accepting new applications until March of next year.
Literally listened to the volcano episode this morning. Came out this morning, listened to this morning. And we were like, oh, it's Jim Duggins from Fuckhead Podcast or whatever. Yeah.
Something.
Duggan the Nappy. That's what it's Cinephile Hissy Fit.
Hissy Fit.
Right. Yes. They accepted that. Bingo.
Oh.
Almost didn't say bingo. That they accepted that. Let's get it started.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Might love the Black Eyed Peas.
It sounded like May said, you hope.
Yep. But
yeah, I just want to get that out there.
Because the Cinephile Hissy Fit podcast did not even meet the minimum requirements of the Rotten Tomatoes. Like they said, you needed a certain number of reviews or ratings or whatever, and Cinephile Hissy Fit is way under, and we are way over, and they clearly don't care.
Are we too qualified? Rotten Tomatoes, do me a favor. Don't ever lose our application. I don't ever want to be a review on your bullshit little site. I'll go to Letterboxd. How about that?
Yeah. Are we going to stop using Rotten Tomatoes for scores?
No, because then we got this whole new system. But no, we'll just point out what a dipshit system it is at each time.
It's a dipshit system that Cinephobe is kind of wholly reliant on to continue existing.
Absolutely.
All right. But anyway, Cinephobe, listen to Cinephobe. Cinephobe Top 5, what this podcast is where we go around the universe of Cinephobe episodes and different movies we've watched and rank different things, our top fives, including 2 OLIs or outside looking ins. Past episodes have included best sidekicks.
Wow.
Best opening scenes.
Listen to that.
Movies we wish qualified for Cinephobe.
Can't beat it.
And best songs, where Zach let us know that Crank That Soldier Boy, the Travis Barker remix, is his favorite song in the history of Cinephobe.
It's maybe one of the greatest moments, maybe the top 5, CT5 greatest moments in Cinephobe movie history is when he walks into the fight tournament and that shit just fucking starts playing.
Walks out.
And Ryan
walks out.
No. Ryan
Walks
McCarthy
in.
is like there, rips off the shirt, crowd's going nuts, like just the energy building. They had the wrong name. It wasn't Jake Tyler's turn. It was the other dude's name.
Film noir.
Maybe that's a future CT5, Cinephobe Top 5 moments. But this week we're doing CT5 worst jobs. The top 5 worst jobs, which I guess makes it the bottom, like the worst jobs, right? It's the How do you do that? Top 5 worst jobs?
Yeah, it's the top worst jobs. Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd have to start a whole new pod called the Cinephone Bottom 5, and then we're in trouble.
CB5.
CB5.
Sequel to CB4.
We've done best jobs. That was a while ago. Including blowjob while hacking for Zach, owning a mustachery from A Million Ways to Die in the West for Amin, and pimp robot photographer for me.
You would love it. You would love that.
Third CB5 we ever did.
Oh my God.
So now we're coming all the way back
Mayes
to do the worst
jobs.
That.
Yeah.
Wear that little fur coat while he's taking pictures. All right. So, worst jobs, as I said, our top 5. And then we have 2 outside looking ins, or OLIs. Zach leads us off. I will go second. Mayes comes third.
You hope?
First OLI. It's a basic one. It's an obvious one. It's near and dear to my heart in terms of people I've battled with in the past. But mall security. Paul Blart.
Oh, yep.
And observing report.
And observing report, but just no offense if this is your job, but it's just one of the lowest forms of anything. It's one of the lowest forms. It's like right up there with meter maid for me. Like right up there. Like I just think you are a broken person who needs therapy and is desperate for power and control in your life.
Wow, tell us how you really feel, Zach.
But Russell Westbrook just dunk in a practice?
All right,
yeah, we talked about that on both episodes. It's an OOLI for me.
Yeah,
I agree.
Me too.
Yeah. I knew it was an obvious one, but it got to be on record for me.
Yeah. This one might be obvious too. All right, so for some people, the act of taking a life is probably the worst thing you can do. It strips you of your humanity, right?
Not me.
The only thing that could make it worse is to do that as a profession. You think about how bad it is to kill someone, to take a life. Now think about having to do it constantly, over and over again, right? It does untold damages to your soul, to who your very humanity, to kill again and again and again and have to keep doing it and never be able to say no because this is your job. You cannot break the order, right? But that's not the worst job.
Oh, no?
No. The worst version of this job is to do it while suffering from Alzheimer's. It's a hitman with Alzheimer's in memory.
That's
the worst job.
Is the job having Alzheimer's?
I don't think the job is having Alzheimer's.
It's the worst job. Someone with Alzheimer's being told you got to go kill people. That's a terrible job, man.
Yeah.
Can't remember who I'm supposed to kill?
Yeah, I mean, no, you're not wrong. If that is part of the job,
it is
having that, then yeah,
you got
that's
Alzheimer's.
Tough.
I mean, that's the worst job.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to hire another hitman with Alzheimer's. That's tough.
Oh my God. You both have Alzheimer's?
It'd be a tough interview process.
Yeah.
Why am I here again? Who are you?
Why do I have this gun?
All right. Well, from one Liam Neeson movie to the next, this is not so much a bad job as a dumb fucking job that if you told someone you had when you were buying them a house, they would not believe you. It's a safe repair, man. An honest thief. Fucking stupid, Andy. Get it together.
It's not a job.
Wow.
It's not a job.
Wow.
It's the lie that he told her. But it's not a job.
Well, he didn't lie.
Yes, he did.
No, he just didn't tell her certain things.
Yeah, like there's
like
no such thing as a safe repairman.
You don't know that.
There's no such thing as a safe repairman.
You guys have been out of pocket on this forever.
My Apple Watch quit the other day. I'm out of warranty, and the guy literally told me, "Look, man, the amount they charge you to get it fixed, you might as well just buy a new one."
I just had to get a new phone because of that. It was out of warranty, and it was going in the whole AT&T. You guys fucking suck, by the way. The whole process of going through their insurance and everything of all the things that I've been paid for, it was awful, terrible. All right. My next OLI. There is a certain part of me that likes to just think of a job as I enjoy doing this. It's very easygoing. There's not a lot of pressure. There's not a lot of stress. I can just get to relax and enjoy myself. You know, they say do what you love, you won't work a day in your life. I don't know that that's true, but that is the mentality I like to approach. If I am in a work environment where the place is literally being destroyed and my life is in danger, and this must happen so regularly that my reaction is it's just one of those days. Observatory scientist, Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I think the Gotham element is important, right?
Gotham, yeah, for sure, yes.
Because an observatory scientist would be a chill job.
I don't know. Maybe that happens
Elsewhere.
everywhere. Maybe that happens in every single observatory. Is that it is constantly in danger. I don't want my life in danger.
I don't want my life
I don't
in
want
danger.
my life in danger.
Zach, I'm going to reorganize my list so that this is also, it was higher up on my list because I thought no one was going to mention it.
Oh,
but the fact that you mentioned
the first
it
ones I wrote down.
is my other OLI is scientist who has one of those days in Gotham City. Like, that is pretty fucking crazy that he was completely desensitized
They're
and unfazed.
hanging on for their life.
One of those days, man.
Just one of those days.
The guy, he's going back home to his wife. He says, "How was work, honey?"
Happen again.
He's not even telling. No, you think he's like, "How's work?" She's like, "How's work?" And he's like, "It's all right." Like he's not. It's not even worth mentioning for him because that's just one of those days.
Yeah.
Imagine how many horrible jobs there are in Batman 1943.
I'll find out. I apparently was watching it. I don't remember clicking on it.
Hold on.
Are you
That
a
is not a
podcaster
sentence.
with Alzheimer's?
No.
That is not. I apparently was watching it. It's not.
No.
Horseshit.
Hold on. I don't remember any of it. I think I had it. I think it was like I took a sleep gummy, fell asleep. Because when I went to my Apple TV app the other day, it tells me I have 24 minutes left on that thing.
So you fell asleep to it for 3+
hours? For almost 3
Damn.
hours. Yeah. So I haven't seen any of it. I just fell asleep. So I am going to go back and watch it this weekend though.
Okay. Well, let me know if there's any bad jobs there. Because I have a feeling the villains keep hitting the same.
I feel like acting in that movie wasn't a great job. Yeah.
Oh, that too. All right. So, it's 2024. We have a much wider variety of jobs available to us in this day and age. Remote jobs. You can work from home. You can do jobs all around the world. You can be Amin and be crisscrossing the United States, doing your job all over the place. It wasn't always this way. It was tougher. There were tougher jobs than the 20CB. I acknowledge that.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to disparage the 20CB by saying that this job sucks. But even in the 20CB, even in the context of a bygone era, this is a bad job. It is selling pretzels out of a basket.
Yeah.
Hercules in New York.
I thought for sure that was going to be so much higher on somebody's list.
Yeah, I mean,
allow me to rearrange.
He has a lot of spirit.
Allow me to rearrange because it was much higher on my list. I added just a little bit of just one detail, which I think you missed. That is key.
Okay. So
my number 5 now. Pretzel salesman on the docks. That's where he's working. He's on the docks.
We don't know that he's always on the docks.
That's all I've seen him at with his fucking pretzel basket. What are you talking about? He goes to the docks with a pretzel basket every fucking day. 2 baguettes in there.
2 baguettes?
Why does he have baguettes?
Watching strong men fight.
Yeah, because the thing about Pretzi is
he is unhoused. Everyone needs to admit this.
That was Zach Sean Aston from a different CT5. Is that he doesn't believe that Pretzi has a house. Pretzi is not making the pretzels. Pretzi does not own the pretzel shop.
He just distributes.
Pretzi is a middleman who is essentially franchising his own basket The only thing he's paid for is the basket, and then he has to take his earnings and pay for the pretzels every morning.
Spoiler alert, I bet he stole that bitch. Okay? I bet he stole that basket.
Hold on. Is it possible?
No.
Can we entertain for a second?
No. Whatever you're going to ask, no. He's unhoused.
Is it possible that he's pretty successful at it? Hence his name, Pretzi. He's so good at selling pretzels that it becomes his name.
I think this is
a big guy named Tiny situation where it is mocking him because he can't sell a fucking pretzel to pay his rent.
No, because then they call him like Bagel Boy or some shit if it was a tiny situation. But I think it's more a notoriety thing than a success thing. I think they know him as a pretzel man. I don't think that makes him necessarily a good pretzel man.
I think they know him as the guy that hangs out on the docks watching strong men fight. I think that's
not the way you talk to a broad. You understand?
You understand?
You understand?
Buy a pretzel. You understand?
Well, yeah, that's my 5. That's number 5 for me.
Number 5 for me. I think anybody, in whatever your job is, you aspire for more, right?
Of course.
Upward mobility is a big part of, what motivates you at work. Like, I do this today. Tomorrow I'll do something better, make a little bit more money, move up within the company. Maybe one day I'll run the company. Who knows? But definitely there's got to be a carrot at the end of it that you are aspiring to. The worst job you can have is one where the carrot has been snatched away from you. Like, you have nothing to aspire for.
I have an idea where you're going with this.
But the only thing that can make it worse is that not only do you not get the carrot, you lose the cart that you had to begin with. You was the fucking delivery boy, and now you're out on the street. White man's burden. Delivery boy.
Okay. I thought about white man's burden. Obviously, foreman job was a coveted job, all that. He wasn't a delivery boy. He ran the
fucking delivery boy.
That's what they call it.
He ran an errand. He worked at the factory.
And they turned him into a fucking delivery man.
Okay. So fucking delivery boy is the worst job.
Yes.
Or you're
when
saying
you're trying to be a foreman?
fired?
Absolutely.
All right.
Do me a favor.
You unbelievable, man.
I'm reordering. That's my number 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I got arrows go. It looks like a fucking John Madden telestrator. I might as well be drawing a dick on here. Like, there's arrows everywhere.
Like Volcano.
Okay. Well, seems like we're aligned a little bit here. So I'm going to shake it up because I don't think either of you guys are going to have this one. My number 5. There's working for a rich benefactor, and you are part of his staff, and everybody else has a pretty sweet deal. And especially like your peer, the person that's like your age and that you probably hang out with a lot.
Right.
They've got a cool job. Your job is getting the shit kicked out of you. You're Dennis from Karate Kid 3.
Wow.
A human punching bag.
Wow.
Is the job.
I didn't even think of that.
And to make it even better, that's exactly what young Frank Dukes doesn't want to be for Shingo.
Yeah.
He wanted me to be his punching bag.
Yeah. No, you're so right about this.
He rejects the position.
You're so right about this.
His only job is getting wrecked by Mike Barnes on
Getting
a
absolutely
daily
obliterated
fucking basis.
at all
Meanwhile,
times.
Snake's over there prancing about, bantering, tough guy talking. He gets to be the boy to be bad with in Los Angeles. Yeah. And you're Dennis. You don't even talk. It's terrible. It's a terrible job.
Awful job. Awful job. Great call. Great call.
You want me to be his punching bag.
That's such a great part. Yeah. Underrated part from fucking Bloodsport.
Literally every part he does is just underrated.
The best thing about the rewatchington is it allowed us to fucking really really re-experienced a lot of that we had forgotten. We just all we can remember is you want me to call the cops or whatever. You're not going to call them.
No,
Oh my God,
it's fantastic.
Bartles and James.
So do I number 4 change? But let me just add one more thing, right?
Yep.
So for the fucking delivery man, I think the thing that sucks about it is he did it the right way, and he got fired immediately. He delivered what he was supposed to do. He went where they told him to go.
Well, he cuckold-eared.
It's not his fault. That's not his fault.
It was bright.
He was told, go over here.
He
didn't know what he was doing. They didn't give him any information. They set him up for failure. And that's the part where he's looking for promotion. He gets a demotion and then gets fired for doing what they said.
All them years of the factory, all that time I put in, and I'm the fucking delivery boy.
All them years.
Not anymore.
It's almost like the system was against him and it was unfair.
Dude,
It's crazy.
CT5 villains, man. Who are you telling? All them years? All that system?
All right, number 4.
All that system.
All that system.
Have you guys seen that clip? Hold on.
That's what they say about Kyle Shanahan. All them years, all that system QBs he put in.
And you're fucking 3-3.
By the way, have you guys seen that clip of that's making the rounds of Quentin Tarantino going on 106 in Park?
Yes.
And
holy shit.
Louis Pinnock.
Oh my God. Big time.
Lock it in.
Oh, boy.
All right. Number 4. As you could probably tell from my last pick, not a fan of manual labor. These jobs that have you like carrying shit, picking shit up, doing all this like physical stuff. Not really a fan of. I want to be free. I want to use my mind more.
I want to be free.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that can make manual labor worse, or one of the biggest things that can make it worse, is manual labor somewhere that smells awful. Right?
OOLI for me.
So, one of my favorite Chappelle Show skits is the one where he's mocking the McDonald's commercial where like careers start here.
Yeah.
And like
Whack
in the
on
commercial, it's like, hey, way to go.
Calvin got a
And
job.
Calvin got a job, but like in reality, it's like, ew, you smell like French fries or whatever.
Yeah.
But even smelling like French fries all the time, isn't as bad as smelling like literal shit all the time. It's Zookeeper from the movie Zookeeper.
Oh shit, that's not where I thought you were going. Wow, film noir.
That's a fucking awful job.
Yeah. That's it. Working at a zoo would be terrible.
I thought
Be worse
about
if the animals could talk to me also. That would make it so much worse.
The only thing that would save it for me.
No way, dude. I don't want
Get some real lessons from the lion. Are you kidding me?
Kevin James shovels more shit. It's different than Jessica Alba and Good Luck Chuck, right? Because she's like at the
she's
Penguin exhibit only.
Yeah, she's just running
at an
she's
aquarium.
like a penguin liaison or something. I don't know what the fuck you would call her. Penguinologist. Yeah, she's a penguinologist. Yes.
That's what Pierce Brosnan would say.
Yeah.
I thought about Zookeeper, and then I said to myself, if you're a zookeeper, you hopefully like animals, but it's Kevin James, so you can pretty much throw all that out.
He is an animal.
Any job that Kevin James has in a movie is not good.
Yeah,
King of Queens delivery driver, like he makes that
that's
look
right.
bad.
He's a fucking delivery boy. He's a fucking.
He was like a
boy.
failed. He was a failed. I think in Grown Ups, I think he was a failed like car salesman, maybe, or like he was a failed salesman of some sort.
He's Sean Payton. That's a terrible job. All right, my number 4.
It's a teacher that becomes a UFC fighter.
So this is kind of an escalation of the human punching bag, honestly.
Okay.
Punching bag.
Because it's more violent and it's unclear. Like you're probably getting paid more, but it seems like you've probably are on the hook and they have some leverage on you. You're being blackmailed. Like this doesn't seem like a job you would apply for. This seems like a job you were given.
Right.
And it's money playing guinea pig. You're either the dude who has to fight a cobra.
Right.
You either raise your hand when you get to a price to get your hand cut off.
Yes.
or you're tossed into a pool of piranhas.
Yeah.
Those are the three jobs.
Well, do those guys work for the money plane, or were they like...
They do until they fucking die.
Until you die, yeah, absolutely.
And then you're replaced. So you're easily replaced.
Easily replaced.
Revolving door.
Right. I'd like to, if I could, I'm sorry to jump here. I want to switch my my number 5. I want to make my number 5
delivery boy,
zookeeper, and my number 4 will be something. My number 5, get delivery boy out of here since Zach already has that. Number 5 is zookeeper. Number 4 is should I do the whole preamble? I guess I'll do the preamble for it.
Yeah.
Right? So my new number 4 is, again, a job where you've got a lot of physical labor, a lot of fighting, maybe some killing, not exactly hitman, but some killing. But unlike most other jobs, sometimes in some of these other jobs, if you do a bad job, you die. Either because the job is so dangerous or because that's the consequences for not getting the job done, or that is, a risk in you doing the job. If you fuck up,
even if you do a bad job, you do get another $2 million, though.
Imagine if one of the consequences was my boss is trying to prove a point to someone else, and in doing so, he kills me. It's henchman to Bolo.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my OOLI.
Yeah.
That's a
number 4.
terrifying job. You do not want your performance review ever to come up.
You could be good at it. It's still
You could be slightly worse at fighting than Jean-Claude Van Damme, which would be very, very good. And that could be it for you. That could be your last day of work.
Absolutely. All right, my number 3.
That's right.
It's kind of in line. I thought you guys were kind of leading me to this movie. With all you're in danger, you're fighting all the time, there's blackmail involved, all this stuff, right?
Yep.
What?
Blackmail.
I don't see what color the mail is.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
it's just mail to me.
It's just mail to me. So stupid. But to me, I think what's worse than that, with that kind of environment where you're always fighting, your life's in danger, is being the guy that has to hire someone whose job is that. Because not only do you have pretty much no say in your own business, but on top of that, you hire somebody, you don't even know when they're going to show up for the fucking job, and you just have to accept it. It's the owner of the Double Deuce.
Oh, man. I feel like that's more of a 20 CB thing, though. Like, I don't think that job.
What do you mean?
Like,
they got bouncers?
You got bouncers.
They got
But I'm just saying, in terms of filling that position, happens a lot faster in an internet age, right? You could email the guy the ticket.
I don't know. I don't think Dalton had any email, even in the modern age. I don't think he ever adjusted. I think he's in a situation as Kurt Cobain. I don't know that he ever knew the internet. I don't know that any of that stuff.
Do we think that Brad Wesley brought internet to that town?
Who else was going to do it?
After he brought the JCPenney? Or did you think he left him off
he never got that. He never got that
never got the chance.
Far, unfortunately.
Yeah, because fucking some people can't just leave well enough alone.
Right. But yeah, owning the Double Deuce, you have no power. You're constantly emasculated. You have no control. And even the people you hire to come clean it up, they won't even tell you when they're getting there.
Yeah, they do it on their own time. They don't
when can I expect you? Don't.
Yep. That's he started the relationship off
your
with
fucking
massive
demands.
disrespect.
Yeah.
Disrespect.
Yeah. His employee is actually his boss.
Oh my God. Terrible.
Tough.
Terrible. Amin, you're number 3.
Number 3. Look, I won't lie to you. There are a lot of jobs on the cutting room floor that, out of risk of duplication, I just said, hey, you're going to be on the cutting room floor rather than be in the top 5. Because I just feel like this job happens across a lot of different spaces, right? But this particular job there is no duplicate for it.
Oh.
There is definitely something sexual in nature to it. there's definitely an element of this was not my wishes or it's against my will. Mm-hmm. And this isn't a job I can just quit and leave. Mm-mm. I'm captive to the whims of this weird dude who literally owns me. It's the mice from Tango and Cash. Jack Palance molesting them daily, and there's nothing they can do about it.
I gotta be honest. I'm not certain. I'm not denying what you picked. I'm just not certain that is a job.
That's their job. Their job is to run up his asshole. What do you think he was doing with them little mice, man?
I thought he was just petting them and showing them his FaceTime technology.
No. He shoves them up his ass, Richard Gere style. Why do you think they live in that place with all those tunnels?
Now maybe we need to do a rewatchington.
He trains them.
I don't remember them
so that they every time they see a tunnel, they run up it. But not every tunnel. There's not a light at the end of every tunnel.
I think this is the first time on the list that we have Amin's worst job is working for his number 4 best job.
Look, I'd love to be Jack Palance. I'd hate to be those mice.
You'd love to have the mice running up your asshole, but you'd hate to be the mice.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
What can I say? They get to the little crevices. That
you know what they say in life? You're either the mice or the guy with the mice going up your asshole.
Which would you rather be? Would you rather be a mouse or would you rather have mice up your ass?
That's going right on one of those men's motivation posters that get posted on IG. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a real Joe Mazzulla line.
I think it's pretty. The selection is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who would go the other way.
Clear as day.
Ryan Day.
All right, my number 3.
Ryan Dunn.
Amin mentioned it a little while back. Normally in a job, you want a job with the opportunity for growth and advancement. You want upward mobility. It's a perk. Mm-hmm. If I'm interviewing you and I say, once you get this job, the sky's the limit, you'd be thrilled.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Except if you're interviewing to be the assistant to the master of disguise, Pistachio Disguising.
Who was the assistant?
Jennifer Esposito is his assistant. They hire her.
Yeah.
And she's working for a Nepo baby who's completely incompetent and doesn't know what he's doing. And she can't be getting paid well. They don't have money. They have disguises.
You don't even get to truly observe 9/11.
You have to drag a man dressed as a turtle to a place called the Turtle Club and try to explain why this dude is dressed like a turtle.
God.
She does most of the work in the movie. He's just being an idiot.
That movie is so upsetting.
It's like Penny and Brain in fucking Inspector Gadget, right? Like they do all the actual work.
Yep.
And then this motherfucker just puts on a costume.
Bingo comes through and
it takes all the credit. Takes all the credit.
Yeah, it takes all the credit. Oh my God.
Wasn't the dog in Mr. Magoo the same way? Like he was actually doing all the work.
Shit left and right. Yeah. Absolutely. But he's at least the
And also Mr. Magoo's job was the Canned Vegetable King. That's cool.
He's a magnate. Yeah, he's
a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying in terms of like saving the day, the dog was doing the work and Mr. Magoo was getting credit.
Right. Yeah. I think you're right there.
Zach, you're number 2.
My number 2, we all bet on ourselves, right? We all like to kind of find our path and carve out our space and know that, hey, this, maybe it doesn't bring riches today. Maybe it doesn't bring riches tomorrow. But someday this is going to be set up where like I'm really in an advantageous position to set up, I don't know, maybe even an empire for my family who I love and want to provide for. And you take that risk and you build your dream and then they go and put the fucking mall on a completely different stretch of the highway. It's owning a gas station nowhere near a mall. Legion.
I thought about that. I thought about it, but I was going to say diner. I think it's more of the diner.
Sure. I mean, it's a gas station diner.
Yeah, I thought about diner for like
mechanic spot.
Maximum Overdrive, Legion. Like,
because I thought, I was like, oh, Jeep's job must be one of the worst. And I was like, no, he's just a mechanic who doesn't know anything past, 1974 for fixing a car. Right.
So owning a gas station nowhere near
having to employ your son, who's good for one thing, and that is catching babies.
Wow. He does other things.
He made a bassinet full of splinters for the baby. Yeah, you're right. He does other things.
He's also really great at being an incel.
Yeah,
right?
he's really good at that for sure. Yeah.
I do think this is more a horrible business decision than a job.
It's a job. It's his job. It's his profession. What are you talking about?
Now that he's stuck to it, now that he's there, and he apparently lost so much money immediately that he couldn't pivot.
Maze, if it's a job where you have that gas station, diner, mechanic shop near the mall on that stretch of highway, it's a great job.
Yeah, you're doing it right.
Specifically not being near that stuff. That it kills you.
It's supposed to be a mall, though.
It was supposed to be, and they moved it. They put it somewhere else. Yeah.
Well,
my last
pick. Yeah, my number 2. My number 3, I talked about Jack Palance's mice being forced into a life of sexual servitude, right? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it says a lot about the movie industry. That's a life that is depicted many a time on the silver screen.
I was going up Jack Palance's ass?
No, just the life of sexual servitude.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
Not mice and anus related.
Got
it. And in many cases, you don't have a choice who you have sex with, but it's like when you're forced to be made available to whomever, whenever, at the whim of some boss, that can take a toll. Now, it's not all bad. Sometimes you get to demonstrate how great you are at Boggle. But most of the time, it's the sex. It's being a courtesan in Balls of Fury.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a challenge. He's so ass off. He's so ass off in that movie. Did we give it to him?
Dieter?
Yeah.
I think we gave it to Thomas Lennon.
Oh, Thomas Lennon. Yeah. Fuck, man.
But I'm pretty sure you guys, one of you guys.
Right. No, Thomas Lennon got it. I remember.
He had more scenes.
It was your golden dumpster, the Boggle scene, and Amin's golden dumpster was the courtesans of pleasure. So you guys, gave it the golden dumpster treatment. Good. Thomas Lennon was very ass off for longer.
Yeah. He seemed to love what he did. He was very excited about it.
He was, but the other courtesans, not so much.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think he just had a good mindset for it, but it's still a tough job.
Well, yeah, it's not an easy job.
My number 2 is also in the realm of sexual servitude.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to look down on one of our oldest professions. I respect sex workers. I think I
do too.
Admirable. I respect it.
I think I know where you're going, and it's an OOLI.
However,
yep.
All that being said, what I don't respect is the type of clientele that you're forced to service sometimes, and that is dusty, disgusting, Old West cowpokes, prospectors, and such who have not bathed ever. And that's an Old West prostitute in a million ways to die in the West.
Yeah. What does she say? She says, like, shoot that dirty
cowboy cum.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, number 1. My number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's a needed profession. It's something that I think helps people. It keeps people protected. It keeps it's something that we don't really think about as a profession. It's kind of a deep cut. But the biggest problem with this one is people will find out this is what you do and nobody will believe it. It is a safe repairman in Honest Thief. That's the toughest part of that. That's number 1. It's the toughest
job?
part. It's simply because no one believes it's your job.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Well, because
that's
it's not.
True. Hold on, that's not true. No one believes
Because it's not.
Again, you're just speaking to why I picked this.
Hold on.
No, one person
Annie
did.
Annie believes, and Annie's friends too, because she tells her friends.
This is something where you should be respectful of a really important job. Now, I'm not saying it's a full-time job. I'm not saying it can buy a house, but it's a job and it's a needed job, and no one will believe you if they find out.
No one will also need you. That's the other thing.
You don't know. If I'm good at my job, which I think he was, you only need me once, friend.
No one will believe you because it's a fucking lie.
No, he didn't lie. He just didn't tell the whole truth.
Yeah. He didn't tell us certain things.
Yeah.
Like he's not a safe repairman.
He is a safe repairman. It's just not his full-time job. He's a heister.
Repairman. He breaks safes.
Mace, it's like if he was an engineer, but he also drove Uber, and he said, "I'm a driver."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's not a lie. Just tell her.
Those waiters who are get an acting job.
Did he
get
fix
a stand-up
safe in that montage in the beginning?
Well, here's the brilliant part of his heisting. He can go back and be like, "Heard you got a busted safe. Let me fix that for you."
There you go. Full circle.
Yeah.
Also, Mace, it's kind of hard to fix a safe if you're going to be in and out, In and out.
In and out bandit.
No.
Nice sweet Annie.
I mean, let's do number one.
All right.
Wrong. You got it wrong.
Was that the same movie? What was that from?
That's Honest Steve.
That was Honest Steve.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Number one. Zach, if I ask you what you do for a living, what do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm in basketball media.
Basketball media. So you call you a basketball writer?
Sure. Yeah.
If I told you to write a story about Kawhi Leonard being sued or whatever, right? Or the Clippers being sued.
Probably doing it tonight.
Right? Okay. But then I say, never mind. No, I don't need that story.
What do you mean, never mind?
I don't need that story anymore.
Okay.
But then I come to you and I say, hey, I need you to write this other thing.
Okay.
And you get ready and you do all the prep and all that stuff. And then right before you're supposed to turn, I said, nah, I don't need it. Never mind. Same thing with me. It's like
jerking me around here.
Right?
Yeah.
No matter how good you are at your job, no matter like how much you like doing your job, being asked to do a job and then it gets canceled, and only to be asked again later on to do the job.
I would be. Amin, you're jerking me.
It's it's not great, right?
Yeah.
It's not a great feeling. It's the worst, some might say. I would say it's the worst job. One where you have no certainty. You're just being asked to do this thing, do all the build up, all the work, only to have it be not needed at the end. It's wedding planner in Fantastic Four: Rise of Silver Surfer. How many times am I planning this goddamn wedding, man?
Yeah, and I'm sure they're fighting to get their deposit back too. Like you're
oh
fucked.
My god,
yeah.
you're
getting a legal battle. You're getting a legal battle for
Absolutely.
sure. Absolutely, yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Being a wedding planner for people who
annoying.
don't want to get married. Absolutely.
Well, one person doesn't.
Yeah.
Want to get
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're not on the same side of that. Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe we got through these whole lists. And my number one did not come up. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's not a fucking career. It's a tomato processor in Lionheart.
Come on, man. You think
tomatoes?
No, Maze, you think those tomatoes get in those boxes themselves? Absolutely not.
Damn, dude, I want to go back and listen to that episode right now.
It's so fun. It's such a good episode.
Fucking
embarrassing. Here's something that's confusing. Why is that tomato processing plant?
It's the Samurai Select tomato processing plant, in case you remember.
The tomato warehouse, why is it in downtown? Why would that be downtown? Wouldn't that be on the outskirts?
Time, man. It was a different time. We didn't have farmers markets back then.
Nobody wanted to be downtown LA back then, Zach. Nobody wanted to be downtown.
On. You're shipping all your tomatoes there? No way.
Yeah.
Just so they get sorted?
They are moving heavy volume of tomatoes. They've got so many boxes, and the tomato quality is dog shit.
It's
These
terrible.
Are terrible tomatoes.
Yes, of course.
Well, I mean, they don't use the good ones.
They are moving tomatoes. They are moving a Buca de Pepo's worth of tomatoes every hour.
Did you say Buca de Pepo?
Yeah.
Peppa Sylvia.
I would be like, we got some bad jobs. We got some jobs where you fucking die.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
That's the worst. No, you're right. You're dead on with that. That is the worst.
What was Hawk Tua's job?
She worked at a spring factory or something. Yeah.
That's a real job.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Spring factory. Spring factory is safe repair.
Alien got a fucking podcast deal. She got to leave that job.
No, she's living off her bingo daughter's pretty pictures. That's what she's doing.
Cutting room floor.
This is one of our oldest professions in terms of cinephobe history.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas lounge magician. That can't be fun.
Yeah.
That can't be fun.
Also, similarly, one of our oldest cinephobe professions, roadside attraction person, Land of the Lost. Mm-hmm. Danny McBride's job.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He's kind of like if Dennis Quaid in Legion changed it up.
Successful?
You know? Yeah. He's like, I got the land already, and now I'm going to come up with some different ideas.
Right.
He wanted to build a casino. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
So when you Frank Cadillac from Next just made me think of when Randy Daytona is doing ping pong tricks at the
same thing absolutely
at the Pepper Mill in Reno. That's fucking rock bottom right
just
there.
Any job in Reno is number one.
I've got
several. Let's update my list. Number one, any job in Reno.
What?
Oh, there it is.
What's
move
gone?
Everything else down.
Mall security's gone.
Yeah.
Any job in Reno?
Any job in Reno.
What, any movie?
Well, it works for both Balls of Fury and Smokin' Aces because they're in Reno as well.
Oh, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right.
Along the lines of any job, this was originally an OLI of mine that got knocked down. Any job that makes me have to live in the town that grown-ups to operates. I don't want it. I remote, please. Just get me out of here.
Bodyguard to high school freshman. Drove it, Taylor.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I had
that's a bad
alcoholic job. Bodyguard to child.
Oh.
Man on Fire.
Oh. Well, I was thinking swim coach for that.
Yeah,
and then I was like, that's kind of cool, coach, actually.
Speaking of not wanting to be around kids, Santa Claus. That seems like a terrible job.
Oh, yeah.
I would hate that. You got to track all these children. That's a crime in most places.
There's a lot of logistics involved, as you saw
too
in
many.
Frank Claus.
Yeah, not a fan.
All right, so there were too many of these movies that had this job. So I just listed them all in a row. Million Ways to Die in the West, whore. Heart Condition, whore. Harlem Nights, whore. Showgirls, whore. Being a whore in any one of those movies. Bad.
Deuce Bigelow.
Whore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Handwriting expert. Just because it's stupid, but
me?
you're probably getting cashed out.
The budget in that, I mean,
probably pulling down $200K to be that CGI City. So
it's a high tax base right there.
CT5 best jobs, any job in CGI City.
Yeah, CGI City PD.
This one, just working in a memorabilia store near Hollywood Boulevard.
I thought about that.
Oh my God.
I thought about having any job where you have to, I thought about the photographer.
Where you have to what? You have to what?
Serve moose. Deal with clientele such as Moose and his desire for Hunter Dunbar's jacket, even though he doesn't have money.
So on the, as we mentioned Hunter Dunbar on that note, I've got another group of professions that are all roughly the same. I'll name them all. So being Hunter Dunbar's housekeeper, fanatic.
Yep, dangerous.
Yep.
Being Chris Pine's housekeeper and horrible bosses too.
Yeah,
it's such a dick.
Yeah.
Right. Being the guy the housekeeper who has to clean up Buddy Israel's room in Smoking Aces.
Oh my God, yeah.
There's cum stains everywhere.
Yeah.
And being John Travolta's housekeeper or anything that any subordinate of his in Battlefield Earth.
Oh, you forgot one.
What's that?
Chow Mein, get down
Chow
here.
Mein.
Oh, no.
Well, that's got perks.
No, she's got a good job. Man.
Michael Douglas is the person.
She had one bad experience and then and they apologized immediately.
Did they?
Didn't they?
I don't think they did.
They didn't. Michael Douglas didn't fucking apologize.
No, he didn't,
for
but
sure.
I think the wife did.
You're scaring her.
Yeah.
Blood Boy from Bloodsport. Your job is to clean up blood.
Cleans up.
Fight
He's
to the
taking
death
gold
tournament.
teeth. Yeah.
Like he gets the gold thing and he's ass off, but this is like being a towel boy at NBA games, but also you might get HIV.
Yeah. This one, a lot of them, if it was dangerous and I might die, didn't want it. Being in charge of questioning the pipeline. I am Wrath.
What about the pipeline?
What about the pipeline?
Dangerous game.
Zach, you said that the hardest part about being a safe repairman is people doubting that that's a real job.
Yeah.
Imagine if someone doubted if your job was real and also your work environment was awful because nobody understands that you really, really have to catch this game with your kid. It's knife salesman in the fan.
That's a tough one. It's a dying business. Yeah.
He's not doing well.
No.
You gotta have car doors constantly that you can stab. That's not easy to haul around.
Assistant manager at Shenanigans.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah.
That was quite the
It's because I started pronouncing the
supercharged.
I pronounced manager like Shenanigans.
I like you pronounce it like La Cienega.
Oh boy. Speaking of La Cienega, it's a dead end. Speaking of that mispronunciation, Master Bates is paid slave in the toy.
Oh man, the toy, man.
Whoa.
That was on my top 5, and then it just got kept pushed.
He did get
pushed
to
out.
name his own price, which I think kind of,
Yeah.
you know, at least it's like
I can't believe
well compensated.
I can't believe Amin didn't have this one.
No, I had it, but then
No. What I'm about to say.
Oh, okay.
Being the mayor in A Million Ways to Die in the West. What?
Bye.
I thought for sure that was going to be your number one.
Mayor. I like that.
A colored mayor. That'll be the day. This is a job that has existed in movies all throughout history, and I never, ever, ever understand how these people make enough money to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had it in a movie that we did recently that I won't say. We had it in Low Down Dirty Shame, and we had it in Poison Rose. It's a Pia.
Pia. Yes. Terrible job.
Yeah, it's over glamorized for sure.
And there's no way you're paying rent on PI.
No, there's no way.
Right?
No.
Let's see. Whatever
I got
Jack
more.
Black's job was in Saving Silverman. Jack Black was like a
What was his job?
rodent. It was like
No,
rodents.
that was Steve Zahn.
Oh, Steve Zahn was the rodent guy. Okay, then that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Offshore driller. Armageddon.
Yeah, it's tough.
Terrible job.
Hazard pay is through the roof. Those
Oh,
guys.
yes. The pay is incredible. Hazard pay is, but
But it's easier to teach them to be an astronaut than
Of course.
other way
Of course
around.
it is. Yeah.
Don't be a menace. Crackhead. Not a
That's
great
not
job.
a job. That's not.
I mean, he's compensated. He's compensated.
For being a crackhead?
Yeah, I mean, you give him some cheeseburgers, man.
That's not compensating.
No, man.
What?
We'll let you
You
get
think
away with
that
the
job-
mice in Tango and Cash,
Who was
but
on
now you got
crack?
too far.
You know, you mentioned the oldest profession there is. What about being a lawyer to the oldest profession there is? Heart condition. Denzel cost him his life.
Sure did. But
Zach,
he did earn a pretty penny doing it.
He did, but also like had to then own a bowling alley.
Zach, did volcanology not make your list because it's not real?
There. No, it's there. It's there. Saying you're a volcanologist is the worst. Is one of the worst jobs. But I couldn't put it in my final list because it's not a real job.
Yeah, but Safe Repairman is.
Yeah, might be a part-time job, but it's a job.
Isn't the logic behind why you put Safe Repairman the same logic that would apply to volcanologists?
What do we think? Do we think when a safe is busted that is just gone now? There's a safe graveyard? No, you have to repair it.
Yeah, again, there is a
part of that pick is that no one believes it's a job.
Like you don't believe that volcanologist
that's
is
not
a job.
That's not a job because it's not a volcano.
Okay.
Garbage man, men at work.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible job. Again, you smell like shit all day long. How about this? Ticket scalper. Money talks. I thought about that and bad company.
Yeah, I thought about that for sure. Yeah, it's just too much hustling. That's like trying to sell calling cards.
And it's worse than selling calling cards. I think calling cards don't expire.
I think it's better. Expire. I think you found out it's better than.
It's better because people actually want tickets. Yeah. No one wants calling.
How much money do you think you were out because of that? Because you had to buy all the calling cards, right?
Yeah. It was like $100.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. I thought we were talking like
$150.
Okay.
No. I didn't. It was a lot. Look, $150 is a lot of money. This is 20 CD,
sure.
$150
for sure. So. Yeah. I figured you had to like buy a bunch up front. Maybe you charged it. I don't know.
It's not a Pretzi situation.
No.
Car salesman. The goods.
The goods. Yeah.
Yeah. They make it look better.
They make it look like a rock star thing. My dad was briefly a car salesman.
Oh, was it?
When he was between jobs in the 90s. It was definitely.
You remember this? You remember him coming home?
He hated it.
Oh, wow.
He absolutely hated it.
I wanted to get dirty work in there. I couldn't I think it's more the 14 jobs in 3 months thing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
We don't know what all those jobs were. We can imagine they were all bad.
Yeah.
Hey guys, cop is a pretty tough job, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks you're a piece of shit. Your life is on the line, and you have to deal with a lot of unsavory characters for most of the day, right? Now, imagine adding the degree of difficulty of being an undercover cop. So not only are you a cop, but you have to like maintain this secret identity. You can't let anyone know, else that could be your ass, else it could be your life. Now imagine being an undercover cop set to New Alcatraz.
Tough. That's tough.
That's a tough job.
That's a toughie. Yeah. Even though this is my last one, even though he seemed to really enjoy the job, I know I wouldn't. I think it's one of the worst jobs. It's recruiting unhoused gentlemen to then go hunt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
surviving the game.
It's the leg work you have to do before
the
you
leg
get to
work.
enjoy it.
I think it's, and I think the enjoyment is fleeting. Hence why they have to do it all the time.
Right.
I don't think it's what you want it to be.
I guess I could fly through these other ones here. Being a mascot in sudden death. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a mascot outfit.
No, I've heard it's terrible.
Horrible.
Yeah,
it smells horrible. Being anyone who needs Larry the Cable Guy to watch your back in Delta Farce.
Yeah, I was going to say Larry the Cable Guy, anything.
Let's see. Motel front desk clerk in many of these movies. Action Jackson is the one that I cited.
Kid Sable?
I have a whole category of being a family member to someone annoying. So problem child being Junior's stepmom. After Earth being
That's your boy. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, he's annoying. I like the movie, but he's an annoying kid. And
boy.
Being married to Adrian in Rocky IV.
That's not a job.
It is. Look, you tell him. Let me tell you something. When you got to take a vacation in Russia, you got to take Christmas break in Russia, it's a job, buddy. It's a job.
I just thought of one, which is for our friend.
Giant popos.
There's a clear hierarchy in Downworld, and
being for sure,
Tunnela is at the bottom of the list.
Tunnela, you don't have the motion, as they say.
Rita doesn't like tunnelers.
You know who else doesn't get any ass? Any of these tech guys that work in some sort of advanced CGI place or whatever, like the guy in Virtuosity, the guy in Time Cop.
None
of them.
They're so horny they have to create a virtual sex.
Yep. Cab driver, Look Who's Talking To, and
Taxi.
Rhinestone, and Taxi. Yes, although Taxi wasn't so bad. What? Well, it wasn't so bad.
She has like
cool
a fucking NASCAR.
She has a cool taxi.
That, like, we don't know how. We don't know how she got the money, but she does.
Well, she's got the money one bike delivery at a time. You know, this is America, Jack. You could build yourself up.
Don't jack me. Don't do that.
Well, Zach, speaking of jacking you, I'm surprised you didn't mention from Mighty Ducks 2, Professional Diddler.
I think it is not his profession. I think it's a byproduct of his profession.
He ran a diddling factory.
He did,
what are you talking
but
about?
it's disguised as a hockey, and I don't like hockey, but I don't hate it enough to like tie it all together. But yeah, I mean, being a diddling factory owner would be tough if that was actually yielding profits.
I mean, it's clearly yielding some profits. It's paying for itself. He's not destitute.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We never saw a home, right?
Well,
you are fixated on this. Until you see the home, you don't believe that they have one.
Pretzi does not have a home. Stop it with that.
Another one, the scout, when he gets demoted to like
low level scout.
You have to go to Mexico and like ride the bus around Mexico. I mean, obviously it works out, but
not the fun parts. Yeah.
He's eating a pig hoof.
How about
good?
How about being a Marine cop in a wintry area up in Nantucket? Jaws: The Revenge.
They kind of own that island, man.
You mean a marina?
Yeah.
Okay. A Marine cop. I was like, what the fuck was a Marine cop?
Like, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, got you. No, I heard it wrong in that way.
Yeah, sorry. Envy, their job at 3M, the most dead end of dead end jobs ever.
That's tough. Yeah. That's
crushing your soul. And finally, not finally, I got a couple more here. The guy who sells the shoe polish for C. Thomas Howell's face in Soul Man.
Oh, it's a tanning pill.
Whatever.
Any job in Ghost of Mars.
Any job in Ghost of Mars.
Oh my God. That fucking hellhole.
Being Teddy Rex's partner.
Yeah.
And finally, speaking of partners, being Madam Werb's partner in the ambulance game.
Ben Parker?
Uncle Ben?
Yeah. Fucking talk. Actually, I was thinking about, you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about Mike Epps.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all we got. Make sure you're sending us your CT5 lists at Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Cornpuzzle, at Cinephobe Pod, at Count the Dings, being an assistant man at Shenanigans, or drop it in the Discord. Patreon.com/Count the Dings.
Just one of those days.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.